divided property. ನಮ್ಮ jurisprudence ಓದ್ತೀವಿ. Law has divided property into two parts. Two types of property. One is movable and one is immovable property. The general meaning itself will explain us what is movable and what is immovable. Movable ಅಂದರೆ ಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡುವಂತಹ ವಸ್ತು. ಇಮ್ಮೂವಬಲ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಯಾವುದನ್ನು ಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನು ಇಮ್ಮೂವಬಲ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ದೇರ್ ಆರ್ ಟೂ ಟೈಪ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟೀಸ್ ಇನ್ jurisprudence. ಲೀಗಲ್ ಥಿಯರಿ ನಾವು ಓದ್ತೀವಿ. ಎ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಟೂ ಕೈಂಡ್ಸ್, ಮೂವಬಲ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ immovable property. Movable properties which can be moved from one place to another. Immovable properties are those properties which cannot be moved from one place to another. When it comes to movable property, Sale of Goods Act 1930 governs the law. If you want to transfer a movable property, goods, then Sale of Goods Act 1930 is applicable. Provisions of Goods Act 1930 is applicable. But when it comes to transfer of an immovable property, please understand. When it comes to transfer of an immovable property, then the provisions of Transfer of Property Act 1882 applies. The Act of 1882 explains how an immovable property can be transferred between the two parties in accordance with law. That is what explained under Transfer of Property Act 1880. Clear this aspect? Immovable property ನಾವು ಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ಬಟ್ ಕಾನೂನು ಮುಖಾಂತರ ನಾವು immovable ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ ಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು ಅನ್ನೋದು ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ ಆಕ್ಟ್ 1882 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ದಿ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ ಆಕ್ಟ್ 1882 has been enacted with four important stages. The first stage is interpretation clause, section 3, which explains the important terminology which we come across in transfer of property has been interpreted under section 3, first part. The second part is section 5 to section 34 explaining general provisions of transferring the property. ಅಲ್ಲಿ division ಬರಲ್ಲ, movable immovable. General principle how a property can be transferred is explained from section 5 to section 34, second part. Third part, very important, section 35 to 53A explains specific provisions relating to transfer of immovable property. 35 ರಿಂದ 53A ವರೆಗೂ immovable property ಗೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟ provisions, how an immovable property can be transferred. The last aspect, fourth part, mode ಅಥವಾ ಮೆಥಡ್, ನಮಗೆ the provisions of importance of transferring an immovable property to a third person. You need not be a family member to succeed a immovable property. Even without being a family member, I can transfer an immovable property to you under the provisions of transfer of property. Clear this aspect. Section 3. India independence from 1947 ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ, once we enacted our constitution, these provisions of this act was made applicable to all the part of India, all territory, except those which are specifically not mentioned under B category. ಅದು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬೇರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಟೇಟಲ್ಲೂ ಈ ಪ್ರಾವಿಷನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ ಎನಾಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಅಪ್ಲೈಡ್ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ವಿ ಗಾಟ್ ಇಂಡಿಪೆಂಡೆನ್ಸ್. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ 2 ಆಫ್ TP Act says. Now after independence it is made applicable to all part of Indian territory except those which are excluded under B category. Clear this aspect? Now important first part, section 3, ಇದನ್ನ ಇಂಟರ್ಪ್ರಿಟೇಷನ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಬೇರೆ ಎನಾಕ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ಬೋದು, ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ 2 or 3 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಡೆಫಿನೇಷನ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಂತ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಬಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಡೆಫಿನೇಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಲ್ಲ, ಇಂಟರ್ಪ್ರಿಟೇಷನ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ 3 ಇಂಟರ್ಪ್ರಿಟ್ ಸರ್ಟನ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಟರ್ಮಿನಾಲಜಿ, ಅತಿ ಮುಖ್ಯವಾದ ಟರ್ಮಿನಾಲಜಿ, ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಪದಗಳನ್ನ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂಟರ್ಪ್ರಿಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ನಾಟ್ ಡಿಫೈನ್, ಇಂಟರ್ಪ್ರಿಟ್. ಡೆಫಿನೇಷನ್ ಬೇರೆ, ಇಂಟರ್ಪ್ರಿಟ್ ಬೇರೆ. It is we are interpreting important terminology which we come across in transfer of property. The first word, immovable property. The word immovable property has been interpreted under section 3. It says Immovable property means excluding standing timber, growing crops and grass. All other properties are immovable. ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಹೇಳೋದು. ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಟಿಂಬರ್ ಹುಡ್ಗಿ ಇರ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಗಂಧದ ಮರ, ಟೀಕುಡ್ ಮರ, ರೋಸು ಮರ, ಇದು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಕ್ರಾಪ್ಸ್ ಬೆಳೆ, ಗ್ರಾಸ್ ಈ ಮೂರು ಬಿಟ್ಟು all other properties are immovable properties. That is how the word immovable property has been interpreted under section 3. But this particular interpretation is not able to understand the meaning of the word immovable property. ಇದು ಈ ಪೂರ್ತಿ immovable property ಅಂದರೆ ಏನು ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಬಹಳ ಕಷ್ಟ. ಬಟ್ ಜನರಲ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಆಕ್ಟ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ 3 ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ 26 ಅಲ್ಲಿ the word immovable property has been defined. ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕ್ ಆಗಿ ಡಿಫೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಯಾರ ಜನರಲ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಆಕ್ಟ್ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ 3 ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ 26 ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಇಂಟರ್ಪ್ರಿಟೇಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಡೆಫಿನೇಷನ್ ನಾಟ್ ಇಂಟರ್ಪ್ರಿಟೆಡ್, ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಡಿಫೈನ್ಡ್. The word immovable property under section 3 class 26 define the word immovable property as land, anything which is permanently affixed to the earth are known as immovable property under section 3 class 26 of General Class Act. Land, building, sorry I missed the word building, land, building, anything that is permanently affixed, deeply rooted to the earth, all those properties are known as immovable properties under section 3 class 26 of General Classes Act. ಇವೆರಡು ಕಂಬೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ 3 ಆಫ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ, ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ 3 class 26 of General Classes Act, when you combine these two words, okay, definition of the immovable property defined by the General Classes Act, section 3 interpretation clause of EP, when you combine together, we will get a clear picture of the word immovable property. Land, building, anything that is permanently attached to the earth as defined in the General Classes Act, excluding under TP Act, standing timber, growing crops and grass, all other properties are called as immovable properties. ಎಲ್ಲ ಡೀಪ್ ಬೇರ್ ರೂಟೆಡ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತಲ್ಲ ಅದೆಲ್ಲಾನು immovable ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ ಅಲ್ಲ. ನಾವು ಏನೇನು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಕ್ಲೂಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಟಿಂಬರು, ಗ್ರೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಕ್ರಾಪ್ಸು, ಬೆಳೆದಿರುವಂತಹ ಬೆಳೆ ಮತ್ತು ಗ್ರಾಸ್, ಇದನ್ನು ಯಾಕೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಕ್ಲೂಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ? ಸಿ, ಟಿಂಬರ್ ಡೀಪ್ಲಿ ರೂಟೆಡ್ ಟು ದಿ ಅರ್ತ್, ಬಟ್ ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಕ್ಲೂಡೆಡ್ from the definition immovable property because the teakwood, gandhada mara, when it is separated it has a value. That is why we are excluding that from the definition immovable property. Door ಮಾಡಬಹುದು, ಕಿಟಕಿ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು, ಟೇಬಲ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು, ಚೇರ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ we have to use timber. So we have excluded that from the definition immovable property. Growing crops, ಬೆಳೆಯಕ್ಕೆ ಬಿಡಲ್ಲ, ಕತ್ತರಿಸಿದ್ರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಬೆಳೆ ಬರೋದು, ಅದು ಕತ್ತರಿಸಿದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಊಟ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಬೀನ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಕ್ಲೂಡೆಡ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ಡೆಫಿನೇಷನ್ immovable property. Other than that, which are deeply rooted to the earth, all other things are immovable property except these three things. What it means is, anything that is permanently affixed to the earth, if you allow to stay, if it enhances its value, then it is an immovable property. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಭೂಮಿ ಮೇಲೆ ಬೇರು ಇದ್ದರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಬೆಲೆ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ immovable property ಆಗಿದೆ. ಅದನ್ನು ಯಾವಾಗ ನಾವು ಸಪ್ರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವೋ ಆವಾಗಲೇ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಬೆಲೆ ಬರಲ್ಲ. ಅಂದರೆ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಫಾಲ್ ಅಂಡರ್ ದ ಡೆಫಿನೇಷನ್ immovable property. ಮಾವಿನ ಮರ ಡೀಪ್ಲಿ ರೂಟೆಡ್ ಟು ದಿ ಅರ್ತ್, ಬಟ್ ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅನ್ immovable property. ಯಾಕೆ? ಮಾವಿನ ಮರ ಕತ್ತರಿಸಿದ್ರೆ ಹಣ್ಣು ಬೆಳೆಯಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ it is defined as immovable, sorry, it is known as immovable property. ಅದೇ ಟೀಕುಡ್ ಮರ ಅದು ಕೂಡ ಬೇರು ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಬಟ್ ಕತ್ತರಿಸಿದ್ರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಬೆಲೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೈ ವಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಕ್ಲೂಡೆಡ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ಡೆಫಿನೇಷನ್ immovable. ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ವರ್ಡ್, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇಂಟರ್ಪ್ರಿಟೇಷನ್. ಈ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಲ್ಲ ವರ್ಡ್ immovable property. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ instrument. The word that is interpreted next after immovable property is instrument. any written document is known as instrument under section 3. Instrument ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆಯ್ದ. Any immovable property to be transferred, ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, you have to keep it in mind. Any immovable property to be transferred, you require an instrument. ಆಯ್ದ ಬೇಕು. Instrument ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆಯ್ದ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ. What is that ಆಯ್ದ according to DPR? Any written document that we are going to use for transferring an immovable property is known as instrument. ಯಾವುದೇ immovable property ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ರಿಟರ್ನ್ ಡಾಕ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಮನೆ ತೊಗೊಂತೀವಿ ನಾವು, ಸೇಲ್ ಡೀಡ್ ಇರಬೇಕು. ನಾವು ದುಡ್ಡು ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಮನೆ ತೊಗೊಳಕ್ಕೆ ಪೆನ್ನು ಅಥವಾ ವಾಚು ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲ. ವಾಚು ಮೊಬೈಲು ಪೆನ್ನು ತೊಗೊಳಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಅಂಗಡಿಗೆ ದುಡ್ಡು ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ, ತೊಗೊಂಬರ್ತೀವಿ. ಅದಕ್ಕೇನು ಅಗ್ರಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಬೇಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಆದರೆ ಮನೆ ತೊಗೊಳಕ್ಕೆ ದೇರ್ ಮಸ್ಟ್ ಬಿ ಎ ಸೇಲ್ ಡೀಡ್. ವಿತೌಟ್ ಎ ಸೇಲ್ ಡೀಡ್ ಯು ಕೆನಾಟ್ ಡೂ ದಟ್, ಯು ಆರ್ ದಿ ಓನರ್ ಆಫ್ ಎ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ. ಸೊ instrument means any written document that is used for the purpose of transferring an immovable property is known as instrument. Clear this aspect? ಮೂರನೇ ಪದ, third word, attested or attestation, the word which is indicated. Attestation or attested means any instrument that is used for the purpose of transferring an immovable property required to be attested by one or two witnesses. So, ಯಾವುದೇ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೂಮೆಂಟು ಇಮ್ಮೂವಬಲ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿಗೆ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸಿದ್ರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇಬ್ಬರು, ಒಂದು ಅಥವಾ ಇಬ್ಬರು ವಿಟ್ನೆಸಸ್ಸು ಇರಲೇಬೇಕು. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ದ ವರ್ಡ್ ಅಟೆಸ್ಟೇಷನ್ ಆರ್ ಅಟೆಸ್ಟೆಡ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡರ್ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ 3 ಆಫ್ ಈ. ನಾಲ್ಕನೇದು ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ಡ್. Any instrument which is used to transfer an immovable property where the value of the property is more than 100 rupees, attested by one or two witnesses, required to be registered. So, two important. First immovable property, next to instrument, then comes attested or attestation. ನಾಲ್ಕನೇ ಪದ register. So, every instrument that is used for transferring an immovable property which is attested by the witnesses required to be registered. Here is that. So the section 3 alle ಮೂರು ಪದಗಳನ್ನ ಇಂಟರ್ಪ್ರಿಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ they are trying to explain to us no immovable property can be transferred without the help of an instrument, a written document. ಸೊ ನೀವೇನೇ immovable ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ಲಿಖಿತ ರೂಪದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತ್ರ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ. ನಾಟ್ ಹೇಳಿ ನಾವು ಪೆನ್ನು, ಕಾರು, ಮೊಬೈಲು, ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟ್ರು ಇದು ತೊಗೊಂಡ, ಫ್ರಿಜ್ಜು, ಮನೆಗೆ ಫ್ರಿಜ್ ತೊಗೊಂತೀವಿ. ಫ್ರಿಜ್ಗೆ ಕರಾರು ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ, ಅಗ್ರಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾಯಿಲ್ಲ, ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ. ಯಾವುದು ಅಂಗಡಿ ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ, ಫ್ರಿಜ್ ಯಾರು ಇಷ್ಟ ಅದು ದುಡ್ಡು ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ, ತೊಗೊಂಬರ್ತೀವಿ. ನೀವು ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಅಂಗಡಿಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತೀರಾ, ಯಾರು ಇಷ್ಟ ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ತೊಗೊಂಡ್ಬರ್ತೀವಿ. ಅದಕ್ಕೇನು ಅಗ್ರಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ, ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. No, nothing is required. Only thing that is required is you prepare it, they will be the object. Finished. Sale of goods. Sale of goods actually ಹೇಳುತ್ತೆ mere possession of delivery of goods is sufficient to say there is a transfer. Delivery goods ಯಾರು ಕೊಡಬೇಕು ಅವ್ರು ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ it is presumed that there is a sale according to Sale of Goods Act. Whereas in a transfer of property, if it is an immovable property, it requires to be transferred only through a instrument. Clear this aspect? Written document. Next pada, things attached to the earth. See now, section 3 clause 26 of General Clauses Act ಅಲ್ಲಿ immovable property ಏನು ಅಂತ ಡಿಫೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅದನ್ನ ಎರಡನ್ನು ಕೂಡಿಸ್ತೀವಿ. ಈ ಟ್ರೈ ಟು ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ದ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ವರ್ಡ್ immovable property. But leaving apart section 3 clause 26 of General Clauses Act, the definition of the word immovable property, one phrase they have interpreted under section 3. What is that phrase? Things attached to the earth. Explain ಮಾಡಿದೆ. So when you understand this phrase, things attached to the earth, you will get a picture what is immovable property. How an immovable property should be ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಕ್ಕೆ ಈ ಫ್ರೇಸ್ನ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಅಟ್ಯಾಚ್ ಟು ದಿ ಅರ್ತ್. ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಅಟ್ಯಾಚ್ ಟು ದಿ ಅರ್ತ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಹಂಗಂದರೆ ನಂಬರ್ ಒನ್, ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್ ವಿಚ್ ಈಸ್ ಡೀಪ್ಲಿ ರೂಟೆಡ್ ಟು ದಿ ಅರ್ತ್ ಈಸ್ ನೋನ್ ಆಸ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಅಟ್ಯಾಚ್ ಟು ದಿ ಅರ್ತ್. ಅಂದರೆ ಯಾವುದು ಅರ್ಥಕ್ಕೆ ಬೇರೂರಿರುತ್ತೋ, ಗಟ್ಟಿಯಾಗಿ ಬೇರೂರಿರುತ್ತೋ ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಅಟ್ಯಾಚ್ ಟು ದಿ ಅರ್ತ್ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಸರ್. ನಂಬರ್ ಒನ್. ಸೊ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ದಟ್ ಆರ್ ಅಟ್ಯಾಚ್ ಟು ದಿ ಅರ್ತ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಒನ್, things which are deeply rooted to the earth, number one. Number two, things which are embedded from the things which are attached to the earth is also known as things attached to the earth. Embedded ಅಂದರೆ ಉದ್ಭವ ಆಗಿರ್ತದೆ, ಅಂದರೆ ಯಾವುದು ಡೀಪ್ಲಿ ರೂಟೆಡ್ ಆಗಿರೋ ವಸ್ತುಗೆ ಮೇಲೆ ಉದ್ಭವ ಆಗುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಹ ವಸ್ತುಗಳು ಕೂಡ ನಾವು ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ದಟ್ ಆರ್ ಅಟ್ಯಾಚ್ ಟು ದಿ ಅರ್ತ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್ ವಿಚ್ ಈಸ್ ಎಂಬೆಡೆಡ್ from the things which are attached to the earth is also known as things that are attached to the earth. Plane surface ಮೇಲೆ ಮನೆ ಕಟ್ಟಿದ್ವಿ, ಸೊ ಮನೆ ಉದ್ಭವ ಆಯಿತು, ಮನೆ ಕಟ್ಟಿದ್ವಿ ನಾವು. ಸೊ ಹೌಸ್ is a thing is attached to the earth. It is not a movable property. It is a immovable property because it has been embedded. ಉದ್ಭವ ಆಗಿದೆ ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ? From the earth. ಮನೆ ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಮನೆ ಕಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀವಿ. So it is a movable property. ಮೂರನೇ, the things which are attached to those things which are embedded from the earth is also known as things that are attached to the earth. Right? Those things which are attached to the things which are embedded from the earth, even that are considered as things that are attached to the earth. Right? ಉದ್ಭವ ಆಗಿರೋಂಥ ವಸ್ತುಗೆ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಅಟ್ಯಾಚ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಕೂಡ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ದಟ್ ಆರ್ ಅಟ್ಯಾಚ್ ಟು ಅರ್ತ್ ಅಂತ. ಅಂದರೆ ಮನೆ ಕಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀವಿ ನಾವು, ಮನೆ ಕಟ್ಟಿದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎಂಬೆಡೆಡ್, ಮನೆ ಉದ್ಭವ ಆಯಿತು ಭೂಮಿಗೆ. ಆ ಮನೆಗೆ ನಾವು ಕಿಟಕಿ ಡೋರು ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಯು ಕೆನಾಟ್ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಎ ಹೌಸ್ ವಿತೌಟ್ ಎ ವಿಂಡೋ ಆರ್ ಡೋರ್. ಈವನ್ ದೀಸ್ ಡೋರ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವಿಂಡೋಸ್ ಆರ್ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ಡ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ದಟ್ ಆರ್ ಅಟ್ಯಾಚ್ ಟು ದಿ ಅರ್ತ್. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದಾ? You cannot find a house without a door or windows. So even the doors which are attached to the things which are embedded from the earth are considered to be things that are attached to the earth. Those things which fall under the meaning things that are attached to the earth will get a clear picture that it is an immovable property. ಕಿಟಕಿನ ನಾವು ಬೇರೆ ಕಡೆ ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಸೇರಿಸ್ತೀವಿ. So, more or less like an immovable property. But the moment once you attach that particular windows, doors to the house, it will get the character of immovable property because it has been attached to those things which are embedded from the earth. Hence, it falls under the meaning immovable property. Clear this aspect. So, these five terminologies are very important to understand the provisions of transfer of property. Immovable property, instrument, attestation, register, things that are attached to the earth. Already four categories. So all these things will help us to understand the provisions of transfer of property. Section 5 defines, now first definition, defines the word transfer of property. According to section 5, transfer of property means transferring of a property between two living persons in at present or in future, or partly now or partly in future, is known as transfer of property. Most important, first, transfer of property will always take place between two living persons. Maybe a person may be a natural person or a legal person. Still, if it is a transfer of an immovable property, it should always take place between two living persons. Either transfer may take today itself, now itself, or it may take in the future. Half I transfer today, half I will transfer next year. Still, it is considered to be transfer of a property. Section 5 definition. Section 6, if I explain, which are the properties which you can transfer. Section 6 says any property can be transferred between two living persons. Only thing is there must be a property. It has to be transferred between two living persons. Section 6 says any property can be transferred between two living persons. However, tough classes, there is certain restriction on transfer of a property. Actually, ಯಾವ property ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೂ transfer ಮಾಡಬಹುದು, but there are certain properties which cannot be transferred. Section 6(1) says any property which a person can succeed as heir, legal heir apparent in future cannot be transferred at present. ಅಂದರೆ any property which I am going to transfer, any property which I am going to transfer in succeed in future, I can't transfer at present. Say ನನ್ನ ತಾತ ನನಗೆ will ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, that I am the successor of his property. During his lifetime I cannot transfer. Will it come into effect only after his death? Testator death. ಯಾರು will ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೋ ಅವನ ಟೆಸ್ಟೇಟರ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ಟೆಸ್ಟೇಟರ್ ಸತ್ತ ನಂತರ ನಂಗೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ, ಬಟ್ ಅವ್ರ ಲೈಫ್ ನಂಗೆ ಬರಲ್ಲ. ಅವ್ರು ವಿಲ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ನನಗೆ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಸೊ ನಾನು ಐ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ನೌ. ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ 6 clause A says no. Any person who has chance of succeeding the property as heir apparent cannot transfer the property at present until he succeeds the property. ಅದನ್ನ ಸ್ಪೇಸ್ SPES ಸ್ಪೇಸ್ ಸಕ್ಸೆಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತೀವಿ. ಸಕ್ಸೆಷನ್ ಅಂದರೆ which a person going to succeed the property in future cannot transfer at present. I have a property, ತಾತ ಮಾಡ್ಯಾರ ನನಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಬಟ್ I can't transfer unless my testator acts. Clear this point. Next, section 6 class B. Section 6A to section 6 I hate so. There are about 7-8 properties which you cannot transfer. Section 6 any property you can transfer, but there is a restriction for certain properties to be transferred. Section 6B says right of re-entry. Mere ಅಂದರೆ MER, mere ಅಂದರೆ chance. Mere chance of mere right of re-entry cannot be subject to transfer. Mere right of re-entry by the owner, landowner, cannot transfer the property. This particular section 6B is applicable in the case of a lease, rent, lease of a house. I will transfer the property by way of lease. So, ನೀವು ನನಗೆ ಮನೆ ಬಾಡಿಗೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟು, you will put a condition to me saying that I should not sublease the property. ನಾನು ಮೂರನೇ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗೆ ಸಬ್ಲೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್. If I violate the condition, lease will get terminated. You can throw me out of the property. Clear this aspect. So you have a right to throw me out of the property before expiry of lease period. 10 ವರ್ಷ ಲೀಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀರಾ ನನಗೆ, ನಾನು ಇನ್ನೂ 1 ವರ್ಷ ಆಗಿರೋದು, ಬಟ್ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಎ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ದಟ್ ಐ ಶುಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ಸಬ್ಲೀಸ್. ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಸಬ್ಲೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ, ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ನಾಳೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು, ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಥ್ರೋ ಮಿ ಔಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ ಬಿಫೋರ್ ಲೀಸ್ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೈರ್ and give the property to somebody else. Clear this aspect? Now, coming to section 6B, mere right of, you as a landowner has a right to re-enter your property during the lease period only if I violate the condition. If I don't violate the condition, you have no right to enter for the period of next 10 years. Clear this aspect? Agreement ಮಾಡೀನಿ, ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಹಾಕೀನಿ, 10 ವರ್ಷ ಟೈಮ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟೀನಿ, ಆದರೂ ಕೂಡ ಇವರು ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ನ ವೈಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ನಾನು ನಿಮಗೆ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ 10 ವರ್ಷಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ ಅಂತ ಮೂರನೇ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ಅಂತ ನೀವು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿಗೆ ಅಗ್ರಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡೋ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಯು ಡೋಂಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ದ ರೈಟ್. ಯುವರ್ ರೈಟ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಚಾನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ರೀಎಂಟ್ರಿಂಗ್ ಯುವರ್ ಓನ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ ಇಸ್ ದೇರ್ ಅಂಡರ್ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ 6B, ಬಟ್ that is not subject to transfer till the lease period expires or till I violate the condition. I violate the condition, you can re-enter, but without I violating the condition, merely on an imagination that I may violate, you cannot give lease of your property to third person when there is a lease existing with a present tenant. Clear this aspect? Section 6b says mere right of re-entry is not subject to transfer. Clear this aspect? Moorne section 6c. Any easement. Easement is not subject to transfer. Gottalla. Right of way. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿಗೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನೆ ದಾರಿಲಿ ನಡೆಯೋಕ್ಕೆ ನನಗೆ ಅವಕಾಶ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತೀರ. ಸೊ ವೆನ್ ಐ ಸೆಲ್ ಮೈ ಹೌಸ್ ಐ ಕಾಂಟ್ ಸೆಲ್ ಯುವರ್ easement right. Any property which gets the identification as easement, it is not subject to transfer under section 60. No easement. Easementary act ಅಂತ ಒಂದಿದೆ. Easementary act ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಅದೇ ಹೇಳೋದು. No easement is subject to transfer. ನಾನು ಅದನ್ನು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನೇಲಿ ರೈಟ್ ಟು ವೇ ಅಂದರೆ ಒಂದು ಸಣ್ಣ ಜಾಗನ ನಾನು ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸ್ತಾನೆ ನನ್ನ ದಾರಿ ಮನೆಯಿಂದ ಆಚೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಮನೆಯಿಂದ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಬರೋಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ನನ್ನ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ನನ್ನ ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರು ಸಂಬಂಧಿಕರು ಯಾರು ಬಟ್ ದಟ್ ಡಸಂಟ್ ಮೀನ್ ದಟ್ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಗೆಟ್ ರೈಟ್ ಓವರ್ ದಟ್ ರೈಟ್ ಆಫ್ ವೇ. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅನ್ ಈಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ರೈಟ್. ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅನ್ ಈಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ರೈಟ್. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಟು ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್. ನಾಲ್ಕು ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ 6d restricted right. Restricted only for enjoyment of one's own property. That means any property restricted for enjoyment of his own is not subject to transfer under section 60. ಮನೆ ಮುಂದೆ ಒಂದು ಸಣ್ಣ ಇದು ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀನಿ, ಸಣ್ಣ ಪಾರ್ಕ್ ಥರ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀನಿ. ಸೊ this park is belongs to me for my own enjoyment. The moment I say it is a park which I have made, that is not subject to transfer. Any property which gets the characteristic of right of enjoyment of the owner is not subject to transfer. ನಾನು ಸಣ್ಣ ಜಾಗನ ನನ್ನ ಸಂತೋಷಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ರಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀನಿ. that cannot be transferred. Restricted for the enjoyment of one own person or the owner is not able to transfer or it is not subject to transfer under section 6. Clear this aspect. Next, right of maintenance under section 6e is not subject to transfer. Anything which I enjoy as a maintenance is not subject to transfer under section 6e ಅಲ್ಲ 6DD. right of maintenance under section 6DD. ಅದು section 6DD was not inserted in the year 1882. It was inserted later in the year 1929. right of maintenance ಅಂದ್ರೆ right of future maintenance, not the maintenance which I am getting. The maintenance which my wife gets now from me, that can be subject to transfer. But right of future maintenance, ಮುಂದೆ ಯಾವಾಗೋ ಸಿಗೋ maintenance na now I cannot transfer it. That is what section 6DD says. 6DD says any future maintenance are not subject to transfer. Clear this aspect? Next, section 6e, mere right to sue. Sue ಅಂದ್ರೆ ದಾವಾ ಹಾಕೋದು. mere ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಚಾನ್ಸ್. mere right to sue cannot be transferred. ಇವಾಗ ನಾನು ಡೆಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಹಾಕಬೇಕು. somebody has written an article against me which has defamed me, so I want to file a defamation case for 10 crores. So that cannot be transferred because I don't know whether the court will award me 10,000 or 10 crores as a damages. So when a damages is not fixed or not fixed sum, then it is not subject to transfer under section 6e. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ 50 ಲಕ್ಷ ಇಸ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೆ, ಕೊಡಲಿಲ್ಲ ದುಡ್ಡು. Sum is definite, 50 lakhs I owe you. That you can transfer to anyone. But a damage which is not calculated, which cannot be calculated, which is an imagination, that particular thing under section 6e cannot be transferred. Mere right to sue somebody for recovery of any amount which is not definite, it is not subject to transfer. Clear this aspect? Next, section 6F. Any public office, corporation office, it is not subject to transfer. Any salary to a public officer, public servant alla, public officer, is not subject to transfer. MLA or salary ಬರುತ್ತೆ, that is not subject to transfer because it is not a definite sum. 5 ವರ್ಷ ಮಾತ್ರ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. Next, if they don't win, if they don't become elected again, so he will not be getting any salary. So any salary to a public officer is not subject to transfer. Any public office is not subject to transfer. Clear? Corporation office is like corporation office. So ಅದನ್ನ ವಹಿವಾಟು ಮಾಡಕ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ವಿಧಾನಸೌಧ public office, you cannot transfer. Next, stipends that is given to a naval officer. Stipend which is given to a naval officer, Air Force or army personality is not subject to transfer. Stipend, salary alla, stipend. ಅಲ್ಲಿ section 6F ಅಲ್ಲಿ very specific salary to a public officer. Section 6D ಅಲ್ಲಿ the word which they have used is stipend. Stipend is given at a time of probation. Permanent ಆಗಿರಲ್ಲ, probation ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. Stipend that is given to a army officer, naval officer or air force officer are not subject to transfer. Moment I become permanent, I start getting salary. That can be transferred, but not my stipend. Clear? Next, section 6H. No transfer can be made contrary to section 23 of Contract Act. They should be sound mind, they should be a major, they should not be disqualified under any law to enter into contract. The same thing applies here also under section 6H, which says contrary to the provisions of section 23 of Indian Contract Act, no transfer can take place. I have a property, but I am an unsound, so I cannot transfer it. Just giving an example. A minor has a property in his name, he cannot transfer because he is a minor restricted under section 23 of Indian Contract Act. Last aspect, any property which a person gets as a lease, the section 6I, which says, section 6I says, any property which a person gets as a lease, where the lease period is for more than for a longer period, and he has paid the taxes to the government or cess to the government, that will not give him a right to transfer the property to any third person. Are you able to understand? ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ ನನಗೆ 90 ವರ್ಷ ಲೀಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಡ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಪ್ಲಸ್ I will also pay the property tax to the corporation. That doesn't mean that I am the owner of the property. Once it is a lease, I am a lessee, tenant, I am a tenant. Even though the lease period is longer, that will not give me an absolute right over the property. So section 6I says, any property which a person gets, which is by way of lease, where the lease is for a longer period and also is paying regularly government cess, that will not give an exclusive right over the property to transfer. Once it is a lease, I am a lessee, tenant, my right is only to enjoy partially till the lease period expires. Moment the lease period expires, I have to give back the property to the lessor, to the landlord. Hence, any long lease paying arrears of the government, that will not give an exclusive right for a person to transfer a property. So section 6A to section 6I explain which are the properties which you cannot transfer. Clear this aspect? 6 only any property, but section 6A to section 6I exclude you from transferring the property. Even though you have a property, you cannot transfer it because there is a restriction under law to transfer the property. Clear this aspect? Ready? Section 7, section 8, section 9. Section 7, section 8 and section 9 are the special provision. Section